checking. I hate the internet. 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 Welcome to I hate the internet.
Kevrel Hartklatt.
Hello.
Manman.
Actually, you should start this one.
Hello and welcome to I Hate the Internet, the only podcast dedicated to hating the internet. My name is
Tyrell Hartman.
and I am Evan Clapman. On today's podcast, tomorrow, whenever you're listening to it, when that is, the words will still be the same as I'm saying them now, which is right now when you're listening to it tomorrow.
Let
In
us
a
know
couple
when
weeks.
you're listening to it.
Maybe it was anyway,
You can write in at local. Wait, what's our podcast name? You can write in at I hate the internet. Wait, what is our email address? We're gonna put our email address in the show notes, and you can write in and tell us just whether or not you're listening to our podcast today or tomorrow.
If you have a question about I Hate the Internet, our podcast, send us an email at ihatetheinternetpod@gmail.com. That's ihatetheinternetpod@gmail.com. That's ihatetheinternetpod@gmail.com. That's ihatetheinternetpod@gmail.com. That's ihatetheinternetpod@gmail.com. That's ihatetheinternetpod@gmail.com. That's what it is. So if
Just give us that information. We need that information.
if you
Just give it.
If you are listening, send us an email, and to one lucky listener, we will give out a K-Cup plushie for one random lucky winner. And for another lucky winner, we will give out a Keurig plushie for a lucky winner. We're searching right now for the plushies we will be giving out. If you call in, if you email us on our email, another lucky winner will win a barn plushie of a barn, and one other lucky winner, if you email us, will win one Scotch tape plushie. A Scotch tape plushie only available at our podcast, which you can listen to if you email us. One other lucky winner. I think there are more winners than listeners at this point, so your chances are pretty good. If one lucky winner emails, but they won't be a winner yet, but they'll have to email before they win.
I just sent an email in.
Oh, nice. All right, let's check the emails and see the winners. Big Swag 99 Kanye sunglasses at iamtyrell.com. You win a bottle cap Aquafina bottle cap plushie.
Oh, wow. So, okay.
yeah.
So, I guess we have to send an email to him letting him know that he won.
Yeah, go ahead and email.
What was that email?
Big Swag at gmail.com. iamtyrell.com. Go ahead and type that in there.
Okay. And what should we say?
Tell him he just won a Aquafina bottle cap plushie for listening to our podcast. And then put like a winky emoji. Put like 2 winky emojis, please. There you go. Tyrell has a special emoji keyboard that has every emoji on it. Could you do like 3 black Santas? I do just so they don't think that we're racist, just do 3 white Santas as well.
That was one. Hold on.
Wait. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
The white
And then how do you
Santas.
spell your name? I'm just going to put a signature on here.
My name, it's 2 nerd emojis. EVIN 69 hashtag cool emoji, frown emoji, angry emoji, MAN. Nice.
All right. Oh, look at that! I just got an email.
Oh shit.
Holy shit! I won the contest.
What does it say?
It says, "Dear Dope Boy Kanye West glasses at Tyrell.com, you are black Santa emoji, white Santa emoji, love nerd emoji Evan. I miss you and I love you. I'm naked and above you. I'm hungry and a shovel inside of a K-cup emoji."
Wow, whoever sent that has a pretty similar name to mine, but mine has 2 cool emojis. Interesting.
Weird. Anyway,
On today's podcast, we'll be reading some of our reviews from our customers, from our listeners.
we have an online store on iTunes.com for I Hate the Internet. The store, you can download our products onto anything using the iTunes, and then you can download it, and then you can leave us a review
Of it.
of it.
Yeah. And so let's get to some reading some of our reviews.
Our customers are important to us, and we just wanted to give a big. This is our thank you letter to our customers, aka our listeners, aka Big Don 65. Only 4 away from a sex number, but I just wanted to let you all know how much we love you, and this podcast it's dedicated to you. Without you, we wouldn't have a podcast. You know, we started the podcast because you told us to start the podcast. Before, it wasn't even our idea. We had fans. We had many fans and customers and you know, a bunch of 65ers out there that they came to us and said, you guys should create a podcast called I Hate the Internet, and you guys should be the only podcast dedicated to hating the internet. So without you, none of this would be possible.
You know, sometimes in life you got to do things that you don't want to do. For example, Frodo Baggins was just a hobbit person who didn't want to do an adventure. And that's sort of similar to us in the way that I didn't want to have a podcast. and you all made me do it. And sometimes there are things. For example, nobody necessarily wants to go poops, you know? I never want to go poops. I want to do other things like play video games and eat cinnamon toast crunch. But
well, you can poops and do that.
Imagine if you never did go poops, though. Frodo Baggins he went to the bathroom. And he's better off for it because when Ganondorf showed up to his house and he was like, "Hello, I'm Ganondorf," he told Frodo, "We got to go on. You have to be on an adventure." And he said, "Why? I'm not equipped to be on an adventure. I'm Bilbo Baggins, Ganondorf's friend. He's the crazy next door neighbor with a beard." And he said, "I'm short. I can't wield a sword. I can't run. I am but a carpenter." And Ganondorf said, "Well, good point. See you later." And he never went on the adventure. And so instead he decided to have a podcast. And now today, Bilbo's podcast is worth 567 5-star reviews. And every time I listen to his podcast called The Joe Rogan Experience, I am very motivated to to have a podcast. But then, after having a podcast for quite a while, doing it 8 days a week, 25 hours, working out and doing jujitsu, Joe Baggins was visited yet again by another Obi-Wan Kenobi, an old mage who lived across the desert, in the desert area, and he wore robes. And with his robes, he said, "Now, after you have had a podcast and did jujitsu and worked out and became a tattoo guy, now you are ready for adventure." And Joe Baggins Rogan said, "You're right. I have had a podcast for quite a while, and I have had thousands of episodes, and they have gone on for hours each episode, and I have interviewed a bevy of guests. And not only have I interviewed a bevy of guests, but I learned the word bevy. And through learning this word, I learned that bevy means a lot. At least I think it does. Maybe I should have another guest that knows about words so he can explain some words to me so I can say more words to you. And the words can be different from the words I'm saying now. And I can think of another word for the word word. And if I think of another word for the word word, I can say another word instead of the word word. And you won't have to hear the word 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 word. You won't have to hear word all the time. Bird is the word. That is what they say." Seth MacFarlane was a guest on my podcast once. He has used that joke a multitude of times on my podcast. I am Joe Baggins. Wait, I am not Joe Baggins. I am Kevin. I forgot that I'm describing a podcast that has inspired me and that I am not actually that person. But perhaps, in a way, we are all the same person. In the end, you never know. Everyone is connected. That is what they say. And when Obi-Wan Kenobi arrived at Joe Baggins' door that day, the second time, no, first it was Ganondorf. He left. He gave up on Joe Baggins. But Obi-Wan Kenobi did not. He said to him, "There's a ring out there, and we have to get that ring and throw it in a volcano." And Joe Baggins said to him, "I have never been to a volcano before, nor have I ever had a ring." "Well, that is not true. I have had 3 wives, but I am not currently wearing a ring. It was no special ring, however, nor did I throw it in a volcano. Rings are worth money, so I sold it for money, even though I have tons of money, because my podcast is worth 567 5-star reviews." That is quite a few amount of reviews for the amount of listens Joe Baggins
17.
Oh, yeah, 17. Oh, we have 7. Oh, yeah, keep forgetting I'm not Joe Baggins. Anyway, they started going on an adventure. They were walking along a dirt path when Obi-Wan Kenobi said to Joe Baggins, "Hey, do you know who your dad was?" And Joe Baggins was like, "That's weird, you should ask that, because no, I don't know who my dad was." And when he asked this question, Ganondorf looked confused. And it was confusing that he looked confused because he knew who Joe Baggins' dad was. But he didn't want to let on that he knew exactly who Joe Baggins' dad was until the third movie, when he could explain to Joe Baggins that his dad was, in fact, the evil lord of the universe, Ganondorf. Yes, the first person that showed up to Joe Baggins' door was, in fact, his evil father, who sought to recruit him to his evil army of evil people. And when they were walking along this dirt path, Joe Baggins looked into his stepfather, newly adopted father, Obi-Wan Kenobi's eyes and said, "No, what about my father?" And he said to him, "Here's his lightsaber. This is yours now." And he said, "Wow, that's my dad's lightsaber?" And he said, "Yep." Anyway, they went to an ogre's house.